Okay, so before going into another round of uh, Astro Blast, I want to talk a little about these paddle controllers. Now, the controller I'm working with, was a stock paddle controller. I replaced out the linear potentiometer. I think it's a 10 mega ohm linear potentiometer with a new one. And then uh, I had to modify it to reach because the more modern ones they have shorter legs, and the ones with the taller legs are maybe you want to call them arms, the actual actuator arms. Um, the taller ones are much more expensive, and it's just like it's a hell headache. Now, what I found is that the originals, they may need a cleaning like every decade or so, but the reason why they get jittery is not because of age. It's more often than not due to storage and even how they're used. The ATARI is it varies from game to game, but ultimately you only get about, I don't know, 30 degrees of rotation before the um, the game stops reading the values, the analog values, and it changes from game to game. But even the pedal itself only has about maybe 60 degrees um, of rotation. I might need to look that up. Um, but it's not much. So when you're actually using these paddles, you're twisting them back and forth very very quickly, and what happens is that my my theory, my hunch is that you're actually scraping that graphite up in different proportions. And so you actually create peaks and valleys along the track that the little brass legs are contacting with, and that produces the jagged edges because you're not getting a uniform voltage that's created. That's my hunch as to why these things are jacked up. And now I just played some Astro Blast just a couple days ago, um, and already I'll just I'll move the paddle out of the way and just let it stutter and jitter for you, so you can see. But now I'm not moving it at all. This is the jitter that's created from just sitting and just being used and then just not being used. Um, so my hunch is that it's just based on play and storage, um, creates the jitter. Now my solution is to uh, fully cycle it counterclockwise, and then fully cycle it counterclockwise about 200 times before like playing anything seriously. And this has a couple of advantages. The You'll find the paddle moves much smoother, and you have much less of the jitter that you normally encounter if you just turn on a game. And I think that's due to the brass arm, because you're getting a full rotation back and forth. I think the arms are helping to sort of smooth the graphite out again. And so I'll do this for another, I don't know, I think I probably did about 50 rotations or so. So I'll take about a minute, and I'll do it another 150 times. Okay, so I paused the video when I did that, and so now I'm going to do the same thing, only after rotating it. And you'll see no jitter. It's just sitting where it needs to be, and it is smooth as butter. So this is what I recommend before you get into a long play session. Is just go through and cycle the controller. Just cycle the paddle back and forth about 200, 250 times. If you're still feeling sort of some jaggedness, go ahead and do it another 50 times or so. Yeah, that's it. Thanks a lot.